Today we're breaking down one of the most polished wideouts from last year's rookie class, Rome Odunze. He stepped into a crowded Bears offense and still found ways to flash with crisp route running, elite ball tracking, and the kind of toughness that translates on day one. In this breakdown, we'll look at the tape, the footwork, the separation, and the chemistry he's starting to build with his quarterback, Caleb Williams. Is Rome on track to be Chicago's long-term wide receiver one? Let's dive right in and find out.
Hey.
Alright guys, before we get into this first play from Rome Odunze, I want to give you guys a brief overview of him as a player if you guys aren't super familiar with his game. So Rome Odunze stands at 6'3", 212 pounds, which is very solid at the wide receiver position. The Bears took him with their second first-round pick in the 2024 draft, which he was a rookie last year. He was the 9th overall pick. Obviously, they drafted Caleb Williams with the first overall pick. So he's only 23 years old out of Washington, and he's a vertical X type of wide receiver. Thankfully, he did play 24% of his snaps in the slot. I love wide receivers that can play both inside and outside. It makes them super versatile. Now, in terms of him as an athlete, I love it. He ran a 4.45 40, which is great for his height and weight speed adjusted score. That was 94th percentile, 82nd percentile burst score, and the big thing, guys, he has a 97th percentile catch radius, and he shows that on film all the time. Now, he did enter a crowded wide receiver room in 2024 with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, and the offense was very underwhelming with all of that talent. Matt Eberflus and that offensive coordinator there, they just were not vibing last year. They were very underwhelming, like I said. And Rome Odunze kind of caught a little bit of uncertainty with that. So he only had 700-ish yards and 3 touchdowns last year, but I do think he's on pace to have a much better breakout season in his second NFL season. So guys, let's go ahead and break down this first play from Rome Odunze. So it's going to be a fairly simple route. It's an outside release hitch at the sticks here, guys. So you're going to see him solid release package. He's not the burstiest guy off the line of scrimmage by any means, but you're going to see the snap down on his routes, and then you're going to see a trademark skill from Rome Odunze. Let's go ahead and play this play all the way out in its entirety. So you're going to see outside release from Rome Odunze at the bottom of your screen, catches the ball, contested catch, YAC ability, physical YAC ability. He's not the most shifty guy that you'll ever see, but he is super hard to tackle. Like, he's just got that big frame, and he's just super difficult to tackle. You'll see the corner here got hurt trying to tackle him. So you see outside release here, quick snap down because he does have 4.45 speed, so he can threat vertically if he needs to. He doesn't separate the best vertically, but he definitely can threaten it. So you're going to see him snap down very quickly. That's what we like to see from our wide receivers, especially our bigger vertical wide receivers. Boom, catches it outside of his frame. That's good. And then you see the guy, he's got him wrapped up basically. Nope, Rome Odunze says, nah, you're not going to tackle me today. Beautiful play from Rome Odunze. It just showcases, it's not a fancy play by no means, but it kind of showcases a lot of his skill set here. Some vertical kind of ability where he can catch away from his frame, and then he's just not being tackled. He is so difficult to tackle, guys. He's like a running back being tackled in open space, which is very rare for a wide receiver. So beautiful play here from Rome Odunze. So if you guys watched my Caleb Williams film breakdown, there was a play in which Rome Odunze was not targeted, where he kind of faked the hitch and then bursted upfield. This is not that type of play by no means, but guys, Rome Odunze has some amazing route running, and it's very much showcased in this play right here. So Rome Odunze is at the top of your screen here, and he's going to be running what we call a whip route, but it's not necessarily ran how like all whip routes are ran, but basically he's going to be acting like he's on this slant, and then he's going to stomp his foot right here and explode out this way. And this corner this is St. Just. He's an absolutely solid corner. just gets obliterated on this play. You're going to see instant separation from Rome Odunze, and it's an easy first down. So you see them kind of come up in the box a little bit, and then ball snaps, slant, boom, nope, steps outside, catches it. And this is a 16-yard gain from Rome Odunze, guys. This is fantastic. We'll see him right here at the top of your screen. Stamps inside. Corner bites down. Plants that foot. Explodes off of it. This is a 6'3", 212-pound wide receiver. He's probably slightly bigger than that now. He's probably 6'3", 220-ish. But this is phenomenal movement from a guy his size. And he just, like I said, gets instant separation when he does that. And he's got double moves all over the place. His out and ups are great. His, like I said, the snap down fake up into the go route, the 9 route, is absolutely beautiful. And this is how he generates a lot of his separation on tape, is through these double moves. He's just super tactical when it comes to his routes. I mean, that's just beautiful. There's very few wide receivers in the NFL that can run that route that effectively. So just a great showcase of Rome Odunze's route running here. Another short and sweet play from Rome Odunze. You guys got to remember, he is a vertical X type of wide receiver. He's got some nuances to his game, though. Obviously, the fantastic route running, some physical YAC ability as well. But he is at his core a jump ball wide receiver. He's got some really solid hands. So he's going to showcase that. He didn't really get a lot of opportunities thrown to him deep down the field. If you do look at, all of his deep targets, there are a good few of them, but Caleb Williams is very underwhelming with his deep ball. His ball placement is just all over the place. He showed that in college as well. He's more of a short to intermediate guy and can work off script really well. Deep ball is not really his game, in my opinion. So Rome Odunze had a lot of pretty much uncatchable targets deep down the field, so that kind of hurt him a little bit. But I will say on this route, it's a back shoulder throw on a go route from Rome Odunze. So you see, he's just going to be on a 9 route here, and you're going to see him call for the ball pretty much immediately after he gets a little bit of separation on 25 here, and watch what he does. So Caleb hikes the ball, outside release, calls for the ball, back shoulder, catches it. Beautiful play from Rome Odunze here. So you're going to see corner tries to get physical with him. Maybe that's not 25, maybe that's 29. I'm not sure. But you see him try to get hands on him. Rome Odunze, you're not press covering Rome Odunze. Let's just get that out of the way right now. He's way too strong. And you see he gets a little bit of separation, but he, like I said, he doesn't have that burst that you'd like to see from a receiver sometimes. He's just not the quickest accelerator. He stumbles a little bit there, but he adjusts back to the ball so well here on this back shoulder. Boom. And that he's got very good at ball skills. So when the ball's in the air, he's coming down with it more likely than not if the target's well enough. But boom, gets it, both feet in bounds. Beautiful play from Rome Odunze. All right, guys, so Rome Odunze only had 3 receiving touchdowns on the year, and unfortunately he dropped 2 of his red zone targets that I think he should have came down with. So he should have had 5+ receiving touchdowns, but he just doesn't come down with this one, and this is one of those examples of that. I thought this was a pretty good ball from Caleb Williams as well, because he knows Rome Odunze's catch radius is crazy. So basically what you're going to see is Rome Odunze on a slant route here, and it's Caleb's go-to read right here. So you're going to see him hike the ball here. Rome Odunze gets some separation a little bit, and he's able to high point that football. That's where you want that football to go. It minimizes risk from the corner, picking it off and making a play. And you see Rome Odunze just gets up. Maybe the ball's a little bit too high, but I have a saying, if the ball hits you in the hands, you got to come down with it as a receiver. No excuses. And, he just drops that one. And, the corner was kind of all over him. Rome Odunze, unless he's doing those double moves or gets a solid release, he doesn't generate the most separation, but he is that physical jump ball type of wide receiver, kind of like Nico Collins. Like in my Nico Collins video, I said he doesn't separate that well, but he's got such good hands that it doesn't matter. But in this play, Rome Odunze's hands are very solid for the most part. But in this play, he could have came down with it. and that catch radius, he's got to take advantage of that a little bit more, and this is just a play he's going to have to clean up for his second season. All right, guys, before we get into this last play from Rome Odunze, which is another drop in the end zone on a post route, I wanted to go over some of my notes from my time watching Rome Odunze's film. So, obviously, he's a superb route runner, especially on those double moves. He pretty much did nothing wrong on film that I saw. Beautiful release packages for the most part. He's not the burstiest guy off the line, but his routes are super crisp, super clean. He's a technician. Now, he's got exceptional hands as well. He only had 2 drops all season, which, of course, I'm going to show both of them in the video because it's really hard to find bad film on Rome Odunze. You know, deep down the field, he needs Caleb Williams to do better because he had the 98th best catchable target rate. Caleb Williams was horrible throwing downfield. I love Caleb Williams, but he has to clean up his deep ball for Rome Odunze to be utilized to his fullest extent. Now, he has an insane catch radius, and he can utilize that to its fullest extent on those contested catches. He's very good there as well. He's got some physical YAC ability. He will run through tackles. He is very difficult to tackle. Not the shiftiest guy by no means, but he can run through tackles like nobody's business. And the only really knock I have on Rome Odunze, he's an average vertical separator. He separates well here because it's a zone coverage defense, and he's on a post route, which is good against zone coverage. But overall, I didn't like the burst that I saw on film, and his vertical separation ability was kind of average to me. But outside of that, I loved everything that I saw from Rome Odunze. So let's get into this play real quick. So Rome Odunze is basically running a post here, and Caleb Williams is going to throw a strike right into this area, right in between the safeties, and it's going to hit Rome Odunze right in the hands for a touchdown. But unfortunately, he doesn't come down with it. So let's get into this play real quick, kind of showcase this. So you'll see him, boom, cut. He's got beautiful cuts as well. And, you know, the corner kind of made a play a little bit, but this hits him right in the hands. He needs to come down with this and make that more consistent in the end zone. Maybe it's just a high-risk play for him because it is a touchdown and he overthinks it a little bit. I'm not sure. But this is something that he's going to have to clean up in the end. Rome Odunze showed in year 1 that he belongs, and as the Bears' offense grows around Caleb Williams, he could become a go-to target sooner than people think. The polish is already there, the physical tools are there. If the opportunity follows, Rome could be a major value in Dynasty formats right now. If you like this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Who should I break down next? Thank you guys for watching Bobby's Big Board as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.